Hey everyone, my name is Janisa, and honestly, before this semester, I didn't think much about how I talk to people. But in this interpersonal communication class, it really opened my eyes. There were a few concepts that just clicked for me, like they actually changed the way how I showed up in conversations today. Today, I want to talk about the three biggest game changers: active listening, managing conflict, and the power of understanding culture. Okay, so for the first one is active listening. It sounds so simple, right? Like, duh, of course I listen. But I realized that most of the time I was just waiting for my turn to talk. I was listening to reply and not to understand. And that big moment for me was definitely practicing it during our group projects. Instead of drafting my response while someone was talking, I forced myself to just focus on their words. It's crazy when I actually did this. Our group became so much more efficient. We stopped talking over when we stopped talking over each other, and it led to like genuine better ideas. For an example, during a tough planning session, I just put my pen down, listened to a classmate's idea all the way through without jumping in. And it turned out that they had a key insight where we were about to miss a little situation. And it's not just about hearing, it's just about making the other person feel heard. The second concept is managing conflict. I used to hate conflict. I either get shut down or get defensive, and you know how all that goes. But now I know that conflict is always going to happen and it's totally normal. The key is how you show up. The most valuable takeaway was learning to use the I statements instead of just starting with the blame. Like, instead of saying you always do X, I learned to say how I feel when Y happens, and I need us to find a solution for Z. I got to this into practice on a really stressful assignment. Opinions were clashing and everyone was getting intense. Instead of letting it turn into an argument, I consciously stayed calm, shared my viewpoint clearly, and made sure to validate theirs. It's totally diffused the situation. And we found a compromise faster. And honestly, the relationship with the group member felt stronger afterward. And it taught me that handling conflict well can actually be a bonding experience. Finally, understanding culture. And this includes everything from national culture to organizational culture and even regional differences. This was a massive eye opener because it made me realize that my way of communicating isn't the only way. For instance, learning about different styles of giving feedback, how some people prefer directness and other people prefer a softer approach, which is very huge. It showed me that if I want to connect with someone, I just need to take a second to understand where they're coming from. When I started paying attention to my classmates' background and I tried to be more flexible, my empathy levels shot up. I felt more open-minded and my friendships grew deeper, but I wasn't accidentally misinterpreting their intentions. It's about respectful and the unspoken people that they live by. So that's my journey this semester. Active listening helps me connect better. Managing conflict helps me solve problems with the drama. And understanding cultures help me appreciate different perspectives. They aren't just academic concepts, they're like tools I carry around every day now. I truly feel more thoughtful and effective communicator. And I know these skills are going to be crucial long after I finish school, but I'm always going to learn how to keep these academic concepts with me. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.